Hey YouTube, I want to do quick impressions on the ROG Strix XG27AQWMG. Wow, that's a mouthful. And most importantly, like show whether or not I have the gray banding. For reference, I just got this, I would say 3 days ago. So on February the 5th, I'm in the US, where we know that Europe and possibly some other countries got this like a month or two ago. And lots of those users have been reporting gray banding issues. But first, I want to talk about a few things that stood out to me about this monitor. First, this, I think they call it this true black glossy coating. It's great. It's so much better than the matte coating I had on my PG27AQDM. It's really good at minimizing reflections. And right now, you probably see all of me. But this is my room. All the lights on max for the sake of the video. So let's say I turn the lights off. Right? It gets dark. And for reference, this is right next to a LCD. But we already know that, OLED is going to have ink-clear blacks in a LCD screen, right? So let me show you how good the reflective properties are. So I have a flashlight, and look at that, right? And then the same light. Look at that difference. And for reference, on the left, that's a matte display. Like, this coating is really good. Like, even in daylight, I'm able to see content pretty clear. And if I was to change the color, let's see, do red light, same exact thing. And let me turn the lights on in the room. So yeah, the coating on this is fantastic. And for reference, I had the PG27AQDM. That's the second generation OLED panel. And I'm like, do I upgrade to this? The price for this is $650. Where I bought the PG27AQDM, that was like $1,000 when that came out, which is crazy. But I was able to sell that for like $400 and then get this. So just it's kind of like paying $250 to upgrade. And the coating alone is like worth the upgrade. But then there's some other things. And we'll get to it. I want to say, if you're looking for a full review, like measurements and stuff, TFT Central, Kit Guru, Artings, Tom's Hardware, and Monitors Unboxed all had reviews on it with tons of insights. And one thing all the reviews have in common is that all of them love the monitor, saying that stellar, especially like for the price. But you go on Reddit, and you have tons of posts of people having this gray banding issue, right? Like absolute doomsday. And I was actually worried. I was hyped for this monitor, and I saw like 100 posts about like this monitor being like, terrible. Like, look at this. That's absolutely terrible. But it's funny. This Reddit page coincidentally is gray. Do you see any gray banding? I don't. I have none at all. So this is just a guess, right? Because a lot of these posts were from, a month or two ago. I'm going to guess that when the monitor was released early in, let's say, the European regions, that either they hadn't gone through stringent quality control, or they didn't know about this issue. But I'm just going to guess that they've fixed this issue for the North American release. That, or I'm just super lucky and I have this, God panel that doesn't have any banding issues whatsoever. And let's just go here to ASIO monitor test. And every single test looks good. No dead pixels. Yeah, uniformity. 25%, 75%, 50%. Everything looks great. Yeah, smudge. I probably need to clean that. And yeah, like I played around with all the colors and all the different gradients look good too. Blue, green, red. So, oh yeah, the sharpness is pretty good too. So, yeah, I think that the North American release for this monitor is pretty solid. And at $650, this is a 4th gen WOLED with, or tandem OLED with, the brightness is honestly like crazy. What do I have the brightness on right now actually? I only have a 60. Oh man, let me put a 100. And this is in SDR. Yeah, the brightness for this monitor is insane. To the point where it's like bright enough to hurt my eyes. So I think OLED doesn't have a brightness problem anymore. Like it's not as bright as mini LED, but it's more than bright enough where I'm not gonna have it set to 100%. And then in HDR, it just looks amazing. So any oh, and here, let me just put this monitor to HDR. And also, let me just show what settings I have. Of course, variable refresh rate. Game visual, you keep at racing mode because that's what the factory calibrates it with. Wait, 60 hertz? What do you mean 60 hertz? Huh. Okay, there we go. 120. I swear I set it to, or not 120, 280. 280, 10-bit RGB. I wonder if that was like when I updated a driver or something, but let's see. What else we got? Yeah, brightness 100. Uniform brightness, you turn that on if you're like working with like documents and stuff. Turn that off if you're playing games or watching movies. Contrast default. OLED anti-flicker. And this depends on a person by person basis. Some people are sensitive to it, some are not. If you don't see flicker, you keep this off. And then if you see flicker, you turn this on as you need. Blue light is nice for documents. All these just keep it to default. Unless you're doing some photo or movie editing work in sRBG or something. And yes, screen care options, pretty straightforward. I'm running MCM 102. I think 104 is out. And personally, because I'm not having any issues right now, I may hold off on updating because I don't want to update to like 104, then find out that there's like some issue there, and then have to deal with that. So this is an SDR. Let me put it to HDR. And let's get some HDR content. Oh, actually, I'm not going to have audio for that because that will get the video taken down. But man, that is bright. And for reference, I have it in gaming HDR with adjustable HDR and then brightness set to 100, which I think it's TFT Central or like our things like measured it, and this is how you can get like the highest peak brightness, which for gaming is incredible. Yeah, that's the monitor. No gray banding, so yeah, my opinion is if you get this and you don't have the gray banding, there you go. This is like amazing. And if you do have the gray banding, I would just return it because I really do think like it's something like with that initial batch that is flawed, but whatever the second batch is seems to be pretty good. I'll stop here. If you have any questions, let me know. Have a good one.